5. I'm going to share my screen because we're going to go through a couple of activities together for this assignment. So now you should be able to see my screen. So we just got done with week 4. So it was okay. It was a little bit bumpy because you have to have websites that take payments. The take payments is kind of a pain. But think about it. If you don't have a business that can take payments, what kind of business do you have? So while this is going to be a little frustrating for about half the class, it's completely necessary because some of you may understand business sort of generally, but in business management, it's about getting paid. How do you generate revenue? And that's just as true for nonprofits as for profits, even if it's a church or a library, they have to generate revenue. For us, we're going to learn how to make an online business. So you have to learn how to take those credit cards. There's so many ways of doing it, and that's not a cop-out at all. If you're going to use Square, the Square video is excellent that I gave you. It's about an hour video, but it's excellent. That's the one that I used. So you need to use that. If you have the Weebly account, these accounts should be free. They should cost you zero money, but you have to learn how to do that. And some of that's a little bit frustrating, but that's the class. This class, while it's pleasant, it comes with work. You have to do that. In last video, I said you're going to have to think about this and try it. So we had a lot of C's and a few D's. We did have several, 100%. They had everything just completely right. You got a C if you didn't, if your website doesn't take payment and if you didn't make the 5 comments. So now we're on week 5. We're doing the websites again, okay? So when I say again, I mean these are the 5 things that you're gonna have to do. Your header, that's where your logo goes. That's this week. Your footer, that's where you're gonna have your phone, your address, and your contact information. You're gonna have your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you want LinkedIn. Those are your social media sites. You're going to need a form, like a questionnaire is a great form. You're going to have to make use of video or photos. You probably already have your photos. I think everybody does. You're going to have to make use of a video, and then you're going to have to enable your site to take payment. So that's what's for this week, to update your website. If it doesn't take payment, you're going to get a C again. You have to look up and figure out how to take a payment. So this is a business management class. So you have to figure out how to solve problems. And if you can't take payment, you really can't be in business. So if you go through Square, then you can take a payment. If you have Wix, you can enable Square. If you have GPay or the Cash App or PayPal, that's okay. That is at least you can take some sort of payment, but you have to go through that process. But no matter what business you have, that's going to be part of your assignment. All right. So that's going to be your discussion board. So you're going to repost your link. And the idea here is you have to learn how to do some of this stuff, and learning how to learn is the point, right? So even the payment, that's only part of the point. Learning how to learn is the point. And then some of you clever ones are figuring out, if I can take a payment online and I have a social media presence, I can start advertising and start generating revenue for me. And that's where you're exactly right. With Square, you put in your bank routing and account number so that when you get the payment, I don't get any of the money, right? You get all the money. And with Square, you get it the next day. So the idea here is figuring out how to generate revenue. And that's why you have an entrepreneurship class, because every business that exists for nonprofit had to go through this phase. So next time when you look to get a job, you're like, how does this place money? How do they get a point of sale device? Eventually, we're going to get into marketing and we're going to make commercials and the rest of it. But you have to have an understanding of how a business starts if you're going to understand business at all. All right, that's that piece over there. Your websites are looking super. I mean, for that part, it's going well. And your comments to each other are really looking good. But see how you're learning from each other? This is week 5, so we're just entering the middle, but look at what you're learning. You're learning how to learn, and that's the whole point of the class. Now, your feasibility analysis. That one is right here. What I recommend that you do with this assignment is you go through and you copy all this. Right? You copy it, and then you put it in a Word document. There it is. Now the hard part is already over. It's going to ask you to do a survey. And what I recommend is for a survey is that you Google it. Let me give you an example. Catering. Catering customer survey questions. Here's some. What do you think about the food? How would you rate the quality? And then they have things like 10 best catering survey examples. You're going to find a good example, a good website, and then you're going to copy and paste that into here, into your survey. This way you get to do some research on a survey. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to have for these surveys. So for this survey, industry attractiveness survey, number of companies, you're just going to bold one of these. Many, few, or none. Age of industry, old, middle age, or young. One of these, you may find that you want to do a little bit of research, like number of exciting new products and services emerging from the industry. Let's say it's medium. Then you get to go out and do a Google survey. You type it in Google and you do the survey. Then you provide the link right here. So for one of these 10, you're going to do a Google search to get more information. For the rest, you're just going to bold one of these, right? And there you're just going to do it off the top of your head. Then you're going to go to the next survey, market attractiveness. Low, moderate, high, number of competitors in the market. Many, few, or none. What do you think? That's off the top of your head. Once you find that one that's interesting, you're going to do a Google search on it, and you're going to provide that link by whichever one you searched. Same with the timeliness, and same with management prowess. All right. So the idea here is this is an opportunity to help you think through your business. It's not really that hard. If you're like, so we just like bold one and then search one. Yep, that's what you do. Well, why would I want to do that? Well, because you want to know what you need to think about as a small business, and you want to do a little bit of research. Is it going to take you very long? Not really, but that's not really the point of the assignment. The point of the assignment is you looking through this and start doing some nice Google searches. And it's a very pleasant way to get an education, really. And once you learn how to do it for your small business, any job you ever go for, it's like, I should look at their website. I should Google similar type businesses. Yes. So when you're doing this, you can also search a business that is small in your industry and said, I looked at their business and these are the things that I learned from it. So you can do a Google search, or you can go and look up businesses, Google a business in your industry. Maybe it's the catering business, Google other small catering businesses. There you go. Or woodworking, or selling t-shirts, right? Or pet care. Any of those, you just do a little bit of a search of, and it's already in a Word document, right? And then at the end of each one of these, you write a conclusion. It should be in complete sentences. And it should be about 3 or 4 sentences on what you learned. The goal here isn't, can I just slop down a couple of things? No. It doesn't have to be long. One paragraph. There's a good example. One paragraph, right? On the conclusion, management prowess, resource sufficiency, organizational feasibility. These are all ones that you've done earlier. And then there's this final. This final is going to wrap all of these together. And that's going to be your conclusion for your assignment. So it's not too tough, but it does take a little bit of time to do your research. So update your website. You got to get that thing taking payments, because once you do that, then we're going to start advertising and making commercials so that you can start generating revenue. Not a lot of revenue. If you make 1 or 2 sales, so we even had one person doing coffee. Well, maybe she can sell coffee beans. She doesn't have to go buy 100 bags of coffee. She just needs to know where she can buy the coffee. Let's say she can buy coffee for $10 from someplace else. She'll advertise it for $20. She'll get the payment, go get the coffee, fulfill the order, deliver it to the customer. She's just doing this 1 or 2 orders. Is this feasible for 100? No, we're not selling 100 though. We're only selling a couple. Why only a couple? So you can learn the process. So you can learn how to take payments online. And let's say she sells them to her sister and her grandma. Great. She's going to get the grandma to enter this information online or on her phone and get the payment. She'll get 1 or 2. She'll learn the process of doing it. Once she gets good at it, then maybe she will sell 100. Maybe she will start making coffee and she'll have a little coffee party, and she can take out her phone or their phone and said, hey, this is a coffee party. Each cup of coffee costs $5. I'm inviting 10 of my girlfriends, and then we're going to have this and have an event, right? There's a NBA game on tonight. Maybe you're going to sell coffee at the NBA game. Is that what you're into? Probably not. But the idea is just start thinking about how you get business going. All right. So that's enough for today. Update your website with all the 10 things. Do your feasibility analysis. Make sure that you have a link for every section. And this is for you to learn. And all your conclusions should be at least one paragraph. That should do it for today. All right. We're in the middle. Good luck. Email me questions, ask each other questions, and you're going to have 5 responses also because you're going to learn from each other. All right, that's enough. Bye-bye.